98.1 KZE. It is Wednesday once again, 4 o'clock, when we have friends in the studio with us. That's why we call it Friendsday, brought to you by the Lemon Squeeze. And we've got Andrew from the band A Whole Nother in the house. How you doing, Andrew?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. You guys are a Kingston band, right?
Of course. Yes, we are. Yep.
And I know that at least some members were also in Grandfather.
Yeah, it's James and I were in Grandfather. Yeah, Grandfather ended. We knew we wanted to continue making music together, so we started writing new songs. We kind of got the first iteration of A Whole Nother together that, it's very hard to keep bands together, but that quickly fell apart. But luckily we had met our current bass player, Joe, through that iteration. And we just so many great musicians in the Hudson Valley, just found more people. Our lead singer, Lily, was a friend of mine for a few years before that. So things just came together, and now another new Kingston band. So yeah.
It's a very different sound from Grandfather, very different vibe. Did you guys kind of discuss how you wanted the band to sound, the direction you wanted to take, or did it sort of happen on its own?
I know that we wanted to diverge from sort of how Grandfather sounded, maybe a little less progressive, maybe, I don't know, I don't want to say a little more middle of the road, but maybe just like a little less musically intricate.
I would say accessible.
Accessible, accessible is a good word. But I think there was somewhat of a conscious decision to just diverge from the Grandfather sound, and then just started happening on its own. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, let's jump in with one of the songs, because you guys have new music. Is this? Forgive me for not knowing. Is it out now or coming soon?
These are both out on Spotify now and everything, everywhere else,
So we're going to play a couple songs from the new release today from A Whole Nother, and tell me about Shifting.
Shifting, this was primarily written by James, but it's funny you say that, because if A Whole Nother song is going to sound most like Grandfather, I think so far it would be this one, but it's very sort of, psych rock, very in the vein of, I guess, King Gizzard kind of, but it was a lot of fun recording this one, and
Awesome. Here's one from A Whole Nother called Shifting on KZE. 98.1 KZE. That's new music from the band A Whole Nother. New music from a new band, really. Is this the first group of recordings you put out?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what's the name of the album?
I think we're just going to do self-titled.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, starting out self-titled.
Yeah.
So once again, A Whole Nother is the band we're talking about. And I want to give some love to James, who couldn't make it today.
For sure.
Because I always like to also mention that if you're looking for stuff to do and music to see in the Hudson Valley, his DIY Kingston Instagram is such a labor of love.
Amazing, yeah.
And so helpful. And I know, he just does it out of, the love of the music.
Yep. Yeah, he likes pushing the scene, like keeping it going. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about your history with Grandfather and this band and music in Kingston.
Sure. Yeah. So one of my best friends from high school, Brandon Barra, he was the drummer for the Other Brothers.
Sure.
And,
legendary.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I was going up to school in Albany, but I was visiting New Paltz a lot to visit him, hang out, do whatever. And through, that eventually met James. Met James around the time that Grandfather was looking for a new guitar player or a second guitar player. And then, just kind of started, joined Grandfather pretty seamlessly, was coming down from Albany for practices, and then eventually was just done with grad school and was like looking for a change. But then also I was already coming down here a bunch for music and other things. So moved down to Kingston, played a lot of shows with Grandfather.
Were you in? So, wait. Were you in Grandfather from the very beginning?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I joined Grandfather probably around, it was like May of 2019.
Okay, yeah. So, but a good long time.
It was 5-6 years. Yeah, 5 years. Joined played a little bit of shows. Obviously, COVID hit. Then we kind of recorded our COVID album, Magnum Grampus. Like
still
remotely, sort
one of my favorite album names of all time.
Me too. We recorded that remotely, and then once shows started happening, just hit the ground running and played a lot of shows with James, Jake, Tony. Love those guys. And then Grandfather just kind of naturally came to an end, and then James and I just wanted to keep
the magic alive.
Exactly. Yeah, keep the magic alive. We work well together, and he's always just so motivated to get out there, do things. So we went through kind of like a first iteration of a band, didn't really work out, but we met our bass player, and then things just kind of came together, and now here we are.
Yeah, and now that everybody out there has heard one of the songs, I mean, Lily's vocals are so amazing.
Yes, she is quite amazing, really good vocalist, and I studied vocal performance at New Paltz. She's like an operatic singer, sings in multiple languages, really good piano player too.
Awesome.
But so hopefully can utilize that at some point. But she's a very fantastic singer.
Yeah. How's the response been from the community, from the audiences? Yeah,
I mean, people really like it. I mean, we played our first Tubby show, earlier, I think back in October. And I mean, people came out, packed the place, a lot of really good feedback on the music. People are asking us about when the album's going to come out. So it's been a great response, and everyone I share the music with is really into it. So
awesome.
Yeah.
And tell me about the name A Whole Nother. I mean, my impulse is that it was just, this is a whole nother band.
Yeah, James just has like an ongoing like note thing in his phone names. Of just like band names, like a lot of us do. But
sure.
So he had that, and he just sent me a list of some of his favorites, and I just like thought A Whole Nother was kind of clever and funny, and he was just like, yeah, I like that too, and we just kind of we ran with it.
I think because you guys do come from such a well-known band in the area, and then like also like taking another stab with another band that didn't work out, and then also there's
a whole nother band.
Whole nother.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was fitting definitely for the time too, for sure.
This was the moment to use this name.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Let's listen to another one. This one's called Taking Shape. What can you tell us about this one?
So this one is a little more, let's say funkier. But this was a more sort of collaborative effort. I remember writing this more so with a lot of the bands together. I think parts of it might have even came out of Rachel Ray Charles, and we kind of just copy pasted some stuff, reworked. Definitely pretty funky. This is probably like one of our most danceable songs, and upbeat. I like this one a lot. So
hell yeah. 98.1 KZE. That's Taking Shape by A Whole Nother. Still some prog in there.
For sure. Yeah.
Still some proggy influence.
It'll show up as long as James and I are writing music. It'll show up somewhere. Yeah.
But I like it. No, it's super interesting stuff, but it's definitely got like, I liked the Snow Bear disco beat in there too.
Cool. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. We have our drummer is Dylan. He plays in another band, Hushwoods, which is another really good band in the area. But he brings a lot drumming. He's been, he writes his own music too. That's the thing about A Whole Nother is that, just by nature of Grandfather, James wrote a lot of the parts. That band was his baby, and that was great. But now with A Whole Nother, we have like pretty much like every band member bringing like all sorts of things song wise to the table. So it's really just opening a lot of doors for a lot of like sort of eclectic sounds and different kinds of like music and influence and stuff. So it's been really fun. Hell yeah.
So these songs are out now. There's more coming. There's going to be kind of a full album. Any idea of the timeline on that?
Yeah, the album's going to come out in the spring. We're playing. Yeah, we actually set a date for our release show at Keegan Ales is going to be in April. The exact date is.
Well, you can come back in before that.
But yeah, it's in April we're playing Keegan Ales album release show, and then I think we're gonna put the album out like that Friday. Pretty much line it up with that album release show at Keegan's. But
any shows coming up this winter?
No, we have nothing planned this winter. We're primarily kind of locking down and trying to wrap up the album, get things mixed. We still have we have a lot of it done. We do have, I think, I know I have some guitar overdubs I want to do and maybe some vocal stuff that still needs to be wrapped up. But I think that's what we're primarily focusing on this winter is just kind of hunkering down to finish the album. And then I'm sure once the minute that the weather gets warm, we'll start booking shows again. So,
no doubt. Yeah. Awesome. And where can folks go to keep up with what you guys are doing?
So, we got everything, Whole Nother on Instagram. We have our own website. Instagram, Spotify too, and wherever you get music, all the usual places.
Bandcamp. Can we buy it?
Yes, you can buy it. Yeah. Please support Bandcamp. But music on Spotify, Bandcamp, Whole Nother on Instagram, and all the usual spots.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's always a great time.
Yeah, looking forward to hearing the rest of the album.
For sure.
We got your community bulletin board now, and some more local music from Brother Jack's up next.